They beat them, and both teams were 2-2 after that Week 4 game. Now entering the rematch, the Browns are 6 games behind the Ravens, who have not lost since that day. Kim Jones is in Cleveland for this one. Kim?
All of that, of course, is right, Rich. You know, the Ravens do come in riding that 10-game winning streak, and they can clinch the top seed in the AFC today with the win. When you talk to Ravens folks, they say this has been the most important part about Lamar Jackson. The organization has a deep commitment to building around him, and they have the willingness to build around him. It is paying off. Look at them now. As you noted, their last loss was to these Browns. Let's take a look back at Ravens versus Browns in Week 4 in Baltimore, and of course, set to music.
2 young quarterbacks in the spotlight.
Every game matters, especially when it's a divisional opponent.
The Browns on a long drive grab a touchdown lead.
Oh, Lamar Jackson with a spectacular job.
And it's Landry, big play. There were 4 missed tackles by the Ravens. Nick Chubb, he's got a hat trick.
And Lamar Jackson's long day continued. First interception of the season. 2 throws in a row, picked off.
The Browns are winners in Baltimore.
I would have never guessed this outcome.
Never.
This is a specific obscure stat, so I'm going to walk you through it. Today's going to be the 4th time in NFL history that a team has won at least 10 straight games, and then they face the last team to defeat them in the same season. The team on the winning streak has lost on 2 of the 3 occasions they saw that team again. Both teams were on the road like the Ravens are today in Cleveland. So it's rare again that you lose to a team, then you rip off 10 straight wins and see that team again in the same regular season. Thus, we're talking about division opponents who know each other. How do the Ravens avoid the sweep at the hands of the Browns today, Steve?
Well, Baker Mayfield threw for 342 yards all over the place in that game and put up 40-burger against the Ravens defense. Marlon Humphrey, who made the Pro Bowl, traveled with Odell Beckham most of that game, held him to 20 yards receiving. But you know what? Everybody else got theirs. Since then, the Ravens, Jimmy Smith didn't play in the beginning of the season. He's back healthy. He's a great player, too. Marcus Peters was traded for with the Rams, and he's got a bunch of picks, and he's a Pro Bowler, too. Earl Thomas is a Pro Bowler. They have 3 Pro Bowlers now on that defense. That wasn't the case when they played last time. They are a much better defensive unit, and they will not allow 342 yards and Nick Chubb running for 3 touchdowns all over the place.
Yeah, I mean, the defense is a lot better, but you look at their offense, and you go back to that first game.
They're a lot better.
And their offense started slow. You know, in that game, first 5 drives, they scored 1 touchdown. But the other 4 drives, Lamar Jackson missed a touchdown. They fumbled on 1 drive, and then they suffered 2 big sacks that put them behind the chains, and they didn't score. After those 5 drives, they were down 14 points. The complexion of the game changed. So, to me, do what you've done these last 10 games. Start fast. Get out there, get points early. Don't make mistakes. They haven't been making a lot of mistakes, and I believe they go in and they continue to win.
Yeah, 24-10 going into the 4th quarter. It's a Ravens team we're talking about had 10 points going into the 4th quarter, and they've been dropping 30 and 40 burgers on everybody. I said, too, they'll start fast, they'll get out, they'll do a lot of this right here. They'll get everybody on the outside, and especially him on the outside, and they will break down this Browns defense and force this Browns offense to do things that they don't want to do. That's how they win this football game.
Yeah, I mean, it is a crucial one for the Browns. Look, we all thought they could make the playoffs. A lot of people did. I thought this was the Ravens' division anyway, but I didn't see them 6-8. I didn't see them 6-8.
No, nobody did.
And if they win out, it's not a winning season. It's just a 500 season. So this is a very big game. If they lose this one, that means they clinch a losing season when everybody thought that they had a shot to go on a run here based on last year. And Lamar Jackson threw 5 touchdown passes in Week 1. He's coming off of another 5-touchdown game, and that's not including the 5-touchdown game he had here in Los Angeles. 1 touchdown pass today. He would set the record for most touchdown passes by a Ravens quarterback in a single season. There's Le'Veon Bell taking a page out of your book, Mike, which is wearing the opposing team's colors to will a win. But this one, talk about an opposing team color. It's the one that he left in an ugly divorce. MetLife Stadium, Le'Veon Bell with the Steelers in the same stadium again, Tom Pelissero.
Rich, multiple members of the Jets organization told me Le'Veon Bell was no different this week as he prepared to face his old team. And Steelers players say they will have a warm welcome for Bell despite everything that happened, at least out here during pregame warmups. That yellow hoodie matches most of the jerseys we've seen so far in the stands here at MetLife Stadium. A lot on the line the next 2 weeks for the Steelers. They guarantee themselves a playoff spot with a win today over the Jets and next week at Baltimore. Pittsburgh gets a lift today from the return of wide receiver Juju Smith-Schuster. He is officially active. So is Jets star safety Jamal Adams as they try to slow down that Steelers offense. Rich.
All right, Tom, thanks very much. So the Steelers are the 6th seed. They win out, they're in. If they lose once, the Titans have a shot to catch them. Now then, everybody else is clinched, and the Bills have clinched that 5 seed too. So it's the Steelers or the Titans. If the Steelers win, the Browns and the Raiders are toast on the spot. The Titans are the only team that's sniffing it, that has a chance to pop in that 6th seed by the time it is all said and done. Did they make the right decision to stick with Duck, do you think?
Yeah, I do, you know, and he came in a month ago and really played well. It was like, wow, who is this guy? Won his first 3 games, and then reality struck against the Bills. Now, the Bills are great defense. He was in a tough spot, having to throw the ball through 4 picks, all of that. Now, start him again because he has played well, but if things aren't going well, I think you change it and provide a spark. Mason Rudolph won 5 games for the Steelers. And so, you know, I wouldn't hesitate if Duck is having a rough time. But I got a feeling he's going to settle down and play pretty well.
I'm not sure how well he's going to play, but I do believe it was the right decision. When I watch these two guys play all year long in the games they've played, to me, this guy has given them some big plays. He's given them some opportunities down the field. Mason Rudolph really didn't give them much of a spark at all. And I know last week was rough. And he has struggled all year when he's played against the blitz. So do I worry about that against the Jets and against Greg Williams? He's going to throw a bunch of stuff at him. No doubt about it. But just watching these two guys out there playing, who makes more plays, who gives them a better chance offensively, I think it's Duck.
Yeah, and I do too. And I think it's interesting, though, that they get an opportunity to see both of these guys. And they wanted that opportunity to see both of these guys. We said Ben is not here. Let's put them both out there. It's funny, we got 7 quarterbacks that have had 4 interceptions in a single game. They have 2 on that team. So all Mike Tomlin is saying is, guys, we're not expecting you to win the game, but just don't lose the game for us. Let us play great defense and win.
Okay, so again, all 4 divisions have been clinched in the AFC. The only spot that's available is the 6th seed in the AFC playoffs. In the NFC, only 1 division's been clinched, and it's Drew Brees and the New Orleans Saints have clinched the NFC South. Now, the Saints can finish the 1 seed, they can finish the 2 seed, or stay right there as the 3 seed. They just need to keep winning and see how the rest of the chips fall, starting with the Monday Nighter, obviously, with Green Bay and Minnesota, and then so on and so forth. Tiffany Blackman, take it away from Tennessee.
Well, Rich, many of these Titan players, they watched Drew Brees set records on Monday night. Quarterback Ryan Tannehill said he was on fire, and Coach Mike Vrabel said Brees' timing and his accuracy make him second to none. He also said that's what the Saints offense is built around. Now, Brees has 9 touchdowns combined over his last 2 games. And aside from his accuracy, well, tight end Jared Cook told me what's even more impressive about him is the way he prepares each week and how he perfects every detail. And I just spoke with Titans defensive coordinator Dean Pease, who knows Brees all too well, dating back to his time as defensive coordinator at Michigan State while Brees was playing at Purdue. And Pease told me Brees is phenomenal.
Drew Brees just threw his first touchdown pass. How about that, Drew Brees, baby? Drew Brees, take a bow. Brees with a perfect throw. What a strike.
Brees lofting it downfield. C.J. Spiller, 400th touchdown of Brees' career.
History could be coming soon. Brees, end zone. He hit it. 500. Throws a short pass in the end zone. Touchdown. That's the record. 540 touchdowns. Drew Brees atop the list and perhaps never to be caught.
All right, that's how we come into Warner's Corner, presented by Taco Bell. And a week ago, you dubbed the Tennessee Titans the new triplets. Yeah, so we were going to go triplets against triplets. Well, we'll get to that tape in a minute because that's changed. But we're going to start out by looking at the triplets in New Orleans because they have a dynamic trio down there, starting with these two guys, right? Drew Brees, Michael Thomas. And so much fun to watch these two guys work together. I said, with his route running ability and this guy's accuracy, they are almost impossible to stop. Ability to stop and protect himself there. Then we got this guy in the backfield, too. He hasn't really gotten going yet.
That's amazing, too.
If they get that guy going come playoff time, this is what he's capable of, right? The big plays out in space, the speed. This is what I love from Monday night. I mean, this is covered to me. I mean, there's guys all over him. But again, this guy's accuracy, I'm going to put it up and down to where only my guy can get it.
And he went and got it.
There's so many ways to go get it.
That's amazing.
I mean, I know you talk about him every week. I mean, the guy is incredible.
He really is, Kurt. And no matter what you do, he goes and get the ball. And we were talking about it earlier. No matter, even if you're physical with him, he knows how to perfectly get his hands off, get your hands off him, and go and get that football, man. He is just one special player.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And I know you've been talking a lot about A.J. Brown down in Tennessee as well. And we're talking about the triplets down there. It really starts with Derrick Henry. He's been unbelievable down the stretch, but we know he's not playing today. So now how does this change things? In a game, Tennessee really needs to win to keep pace because they used to do everything off of play action, right? Now are they going to have to become more of a drop-back team? How does Ryan Tannehill work in that fit? But one thing we do know about him, they're not going to run with Derrick Henry. This guy's got some pretty good legs too, Michael.
Boy, he can run.
He can. He's got the ability to create some big plays with his legs right there. You see, they'll do some design runs with him as well, but drop back passing. He's shown that he can do that in critical situations. This was late in the game against the Chiefs. They needed a drive for the win. This is pretty tight coverage, too. Two-man. Nice job by Humphries here to give a little stick, separate from the DB. Great throw in between defenders, getting a touchdown there. This was one of my favorites. This is off of play action here. But watch this. We got quick pressure. He sets and throws a dime to your guy.
Man, that boy
49 yards
bad,
down
man.
the field.
That boy is bad. It's a big dude. He's strong. He's physical. And he is fast. He is fast. Look at this. Incredible.
He is. So you got the triplets of the Saints going up against, I guess, just the dynamic duo of the Tennessee Titans. I don't know if they're going to be able to keep up.
Yeah, and I don't neither. But A.J. Brown, watch it. He will be playing and playing well. Speaking of playing well, you know, the Dallas Cowboys have vowed to get back to their DNA. So I went and sat down with the only man that can rewrite the genetic code. What's up, Jam?
What's going on? Good to see you.
Good to see you, brother. Appreciate you taking the time to sit down with me, man. Well, you're busy. You know? Talk to me about the expectations from you guys in the locker room coming into this season.
Simple. Championship expectations. We know the group of men we have in this locker room. We know the talent we have. Yeah, we haven't put it together. We're not happy where we are, but it's all right there in front of us. We just got to give ourselves a shot. We got to get in those playoffs, and we have some football left, and we're still in a good spot.
You guys certainly put it together last week against the Rams.
Yeah, they're going to hand it up to Elliott. Elliott broke through and walked the dog.
They ain't stopping shit. They ain't stopping shit.
We were just focused on going out there and getting a win, come off 3-game losing streak. So we knew the guys we have in this locker room, we knew the talent we had. We just haven't put that on film. We haven't put that on tape on Sundays, and that's why we were losing ball games. But if we come out and play ball like we did last Sunday, we are a really hard team to beat.
Talked about recapturing the DNA of our team. This one's done. Now it's tomorrow. Yes. Tomorrow's a one-day season.
Yes. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Sunday Night Football, Eagles-Cowboys.
You guys, if you beat the Eagles, you're in the playoffs. Last time it was 37-10 beating. What can you take from that game that you can use in this game?
We came out hot. Earlier in the game, we got up on them, a couple scores, and just stayed on them.
Malcolm Jenkins has a chance to take Elliott down. Elliott just runs through that.
I told you, just wait on it. Just wait on the money. It's coming to you.
It's a championship game. You got to be ready. The whole season depends on this game. Their fans are going to be wired up. They're going to be ready. They're going to be screaming. They're going to be shouting. There's going to be crowd noise. But, I mean, we're built for this. We're built for these moments. Just got to put those blinders on and go to work.
Let's make it interesting. Why don't you go and tell a friend?
All right, it's time to pick this football game. And I'm wearing the picks chain. Am I going first or is there
I'm going with the Eagles. Oh, y'all go ahead on. Do what y'all got to do. I'm letting you know right now.
I don't know what Jedi mind trick you plan on doing over there. Cowboys are the deeper team. They are the team that should win this game. They are poised. I know I've been burned so many times with the Star this year. I'm going to take them again, Steve.
Yeah, the December games are who's peaking at the right time and who's healthy, right? And the Eagles are not healthy. I'm going to take the Cowboys.
I'm taking the Cowboys, too. I believe they're the better team across the board. I'm going Cowboys.
I'm taking the Eagles.
No, you're not.
I'm taking the Eagles, man. Let's go here, man.
We'll take that.
I got on this green
take it.
for a reason.
I don't understand. I honestly don't understand.
That was disingenuous.
That was a long wolf, man. That was a long wolf.
Disingenuous wolf. Disingenuous wolf. Jack gave me this stat. Irv has only lone wolfed against the Cowboys one other time in the last 5 years. It was for the Eagles against Dallas because he wanted the Cowboys to win the game, and it worked. They went on to win the division. So
it worked.
I wanted to make sure that thing worked again. I overdid it right there. Of course, I'm going with Baltimore here. Now, you guys, I can long with this one, too, if you want.
Well, the Browns beat them last time.
Right ahead. I'm going Ravens in this one.
Yep. Second time around, the Ravens are familiar with the Browns.
As you know, I've been on this Ravens train all year. Please, I picked the Ravens to win this division. I said it was their division to lose. I thought Lamar was going to be an MVP candidate. I was right, and on top of all of it, I'm going to bold predict something too.
You get a bold prediction?
I'm going to say they win by 4 touchdowns.
4 touchdowns?
I think Harbaugh wants to break off something proper.